joining us. We got more people in the waiting room. We got people joining us here. Yes. So we are live everywhere. We got more people coming in. Let's go. There's another Clay in here, which is really cool. That's a great name. Guys, let's have some people drop where they are calling in from. I'm super interested. We got a ton of people coming in. Where is everyone calling in from? Let's see some names being dropped down here. Okay, we got Frederick, Maryland, Vegas, baby. Aaron, what's up, Aaron? Fort Lauderdale, South Texas. Every time I see Texas, I have a father-in-law who is from Midland, Texas. So I have someone is talking. I need to mute. Just make sure you're muted, guys. My father-in-law is from Midland, Texas, and he has a way of speaking that is always reminds me of saying like Texas. I feel like I can't say Texas like a regular person. All right, someone is. Make sure everyone you mute yourself in the. Okay. Got some more people coming. We got some more people coming. Hi. All right, guys, I'm going to share my screen over here. Keep pouring in. Where is everyone coming in from? Please make sure. Can everyone see my screen over here? We love someone who is talking. Okay, Cheryl, I think that was you. Hey, I love the fact that you're closing deals, though. That's great. I'm not going to hate on that. I think that's great. All right, so can everyone see, guys? Everyone see the screen? Yes. Put your answers below. Yes, you can see it. Everyone's good. Shake your head. Yeah. All right, we can all see it. I'm not sure if we can, but let's get into it, guys. So we're gonna have a lot more people coming on. Make sure you mute yourself when you jump in. Morga, whoever Morga is. All right, we got Stoic Agent here on lock. All right, guys, so we're gonna get into this. Oh, here, this is great. We'll have this over here. And we're gonna just rock and roll here, and we'll have more people joining in. So this is a really interesting project that we're taking on here tonight. It's how to win and land in 2026, right? So that's what we're going to, by the end of the call, we're going to figure this out, right? We're going to figure this out together, how to win in land, right? So let's get into it, and we will get some more people coming in here. We got some more people, but at first, I want to play a little game with everyone, right? Let's warm up. Let's play a little game. I'm gonna pretend like I am a fortune teller, but instead of predicting the future, I'm gonna predict your past, right? So over the last 12 months, if you've been in land or you were in another another business, right, or W-2 job, right? Did you actually get to where you wanted to be as a land investor? Did you hit your personal income goals last year? I want people to put a number in the chat, 1 through 10. Let's get a little bit of activity here. 1 being last year was an absolute disaster. I'd rather not replay it in my mind. I'd rather not bestow it upon my worst enemy. And 10 is like, dude, I'm like, that Lamborghini guy in Miami? Like, I'm that guy. Like, I'm that guy. But I'm actually making money. So we got 2s. We got a lot of 2s in here. Got it, 2s and 3s, right? Sometimes high performers put 2s in the chat. Frank, 2, Sarah, 2, James, 2, Austin, 3. Okay, got it. So look, here's what I bet happened, right? You sent mail, you got lead, right? Maybe even you close some deals, but the income, it just didn't hit, right? It just didn't hit, right? Like you wanted it to. One month maybe felt like a breakthrough. The next felt like you were starting over. And you started wondering probably if the problem was you, right? The real issue is something that no one in the industry talks about. And we're actually going to talk about it today, right? Most investors, operators are running the business built on the wrong playbook, written for a different market, written for a different era, written for a different operator. And that ends today. We're going to cover a good playbook. The gap between the two groups a lot of times is not just talent. It's the right information plus the right execution. And that's what really helps people get results. So I have two agendas today. First agenda is I'm going to give you the most honest, no BS breakdown of what's actually working, what's not in the land business right now. Right? That's number one. Number two, at the end, I'm going to share an opportunity to work with me directly. My deal with you is if I don't deliver on agenda number one, you don't consider what I offer at the end. But if I do deliver, I want to promise you that you give it serious consideration. You could type deal in the chat if you would give it some serious consideration. Deal. Got it. Deal. Good. I love it. Right? Beautiful. So we got a deal here. So here's what we're going to cover. We're going to cover 5 core things today, guys. 5 core things. Got it? We're going to cover, is land actually more competitive this year? Why 2026 is the best window in 5 years for land? The scaling roadmap for land investors. What's working in land right now and what isn't working in land right now. So you got to stack, guys. So and instead of Netflix tonight, you get to watch this, right? And this is going to be 30 minutes at most for those of you who have early bedtimes, right? First, does land feel more competitive? Who wants to put in the chat right now? Does it feel a little bit more competitive right now? If you've been in the business for a while, does it feel more competitive? Maybe, maybe not. No, yes. Let me show you why that's wrong. The land business is simple. For those of you who are not actually in the land business or getting started in the land business, it's actually pretty dang simple, right? Unlike wholesaling houses. All right, guys, people who are not muted, make sure you mute yourself. Unlike wholesaling houses where the competition is every real estate investor in America, you got repairs, you got tenants, you got title issues that require significant capital, you got inspections, you got lawyers, you got all these problems. Or wholesaling land. Some of you guys might be recovering land wholesalers, right? And the average profit in this business is $5,000 to $10,000, right? And it's incredibly high competition. And you're dealing with all investors, right? Exactly. Asking for a lot, buyer pool seems smaller too. Exactly. Fink Property Solutions. Exactly. We buy rural recreational land. That is our business model for those of you who don't know. It's 4 steps. Find motivated sellers, buy below market values, add value or market better, and sell to lifestyle buyers. Now, those of you that said earlier, hey, Clay, this is difficult, right? In 2023, which this year or last year was over $4 billion of transactions in rural land. If we assume a very low conservative average gross profit, because usually there's a revenue to gross profit number, it's $1 billion of profit last year. $1 billion, right? And most likely much higher. If you get 1% of that, you made $10 million last year. If you did 1/10 of 1%, that's $1 million of profit. You need to be this one person. Look at this. Look how small this is, right? A $1 million business is enough to change most people's lives, right? So I want to talk a little bit about regular land wholesaling for those of you who are in regular land wholesaling. To be honest with you, I'm not a big fan of it because you're in the wrong boat. Average profit per deal is about $7,500. Our average profit in our business is $37,000. And so we get over a 6 times higher average profit per deal. Fink Property Solutions, I'm sorry to hear that, man. It sucks. The business sucks, right? Exactly, Sam. We're talking regular land wholesaling is infill lots to builders, which is all the rave nowadays, right? So doing the same amount of work and doing what we do just by increasing the actual profit per deal, you 6x your return. You don't work any harder, you work the same amount. Now, here's why I love rural recreational land. Emotional buyers pay more. A builder calculates value. A hunter, a rural recreational person, someone buying their first home or putting their homestead out there is more emotional buyers. They will pay more. Value add. What is really interesting in the land space right now is we're starting to add value to parcels. You can put a mobile home on it. You can put an Airbnb on it. You can entitle it. You can change the value of the parcel. And that allows you to have a longer runway, which is incredibly important, guys, because look, if you are competing against just someone else with value arbitrage, right? It collapses over time. And that's exactly what's happening in the infill market right now. It's faster velocity as well. If you buy a good piece of land, we just got a deal under contract. We bought for 100K. We got it under contract for 400K. We bought it, got it under contract within a week. 400K, right? We're going to make about 280 on that deal, right? I'll take it. I'll take that deal, right? Now that we see we have the best vehicle and the competition is lower than we anticipated, you may realize the problem. It's you. Or it's your lack of what we are going to talk about today. That's why you're all here, right? I want to put people down here before we jump into the meat and potatoes. How many deals have you closed in the last 6 months in land? We got a lot of people here. We have 50 people on the call. 0, Seth, Christy, Sarah, 0, James, nice, 4+. What up, dude? Chuck Williams, 7. I love that. Bree, iPhone, I don't know your name. I'm just going to call you iPhone. Dan, 1. David, you've been focusing on wholesaling houses. Dude, welcome to the bright side, buddy. Sam, 0. Carlos, got it. Love it. Wherever you are, this briefing is built for what happens next. Guys, I am really pumped to show you what we got. What's actually keeping most operators stuck or preventing them from getting traction. It's not the market. It's not competition. It's not your mailers. It's flying blind. People come to me. I just need to send more marketing. Clay, the market is harder right now. I need more training. I need more courses, right? Now that we know everything here, you're about to realize the opportunity ahead of us. So I covered, is land actually more competitive? We can see it's less competitive than land wholesaling houses. It's less competitive than wholesaling land. And it is a $4 billion plus per year transactional market. So if you have 0.1%, you have a 7-figure profit business. We're not talking about revenue. We're talking about money that you literally take home, right? So now we're going to talk about why 2026 is the best window in 5 years. Keep in mind of this. So here's why I love 2026. Batch Leads, which is one of the top software solutions of any software in America for real estate investors, said that over 90% of wholesalers left between 2021 and 2024 and 5, which is really interesting, right? Why? Because it's more competitive. They left, went back to their regular jobs. That means that the tourists are gone, guys. The serious operators remain. In addition, we are seeing in our business, there's a seller motivation peak. Tax delinquency, estate pressure, absentee fatigue, AI uncertainty in the market. In our business, we're seeing the most receptive seller pool since 2019. This week in our business, we locked up 2 deals. One of them was a buy for $262 and sell for $850. We're going to make about $500,000 on that deal, which is amazing. It's a subdivide deal in Oklahoma, right south of Lawton, Oklahoma. And we're getting another deal under contract that we've had in our CRM for over a year. Sellers are becoming more receptive, which is really great. And in our community, we're seeing an average profit per deal of $25K. That's net profit, which is pretty freaking incredible. So you're having an amazing time of the market to be in this. People are leaving the industry, and we have great profit margins. I probably convinced you land business does not have a market problem. It has an operator problem. right? So a little bit about me, just very high level. For those of you that saw an ad and they're like, who the hell is this guy? I've been listening to this guy for like 10 minutes now. Like, who is this guy, right? So we have over 30 operators in our community, the deal engine. We did over $3 million of profit. And operators in our free communities, we have over 700. Ground Game Podcast, baby. That's right. And our average member in our deal engine, guys, our average member gets $100,000 to $250,000 of profit to their business, whether they're in the business or they are new to the business in the deal engine, which is absurd. Like, that doesn't happen. That's the average member, right? So just a little bit background on me. That's my incredible, beautiful wife right there in the center. And I was in the real estate business. I bought a bunch of apartment buildings in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I bought about 65 units in 1 year. I acquired them. I did the BRRRR process. If anyone knows the BRRRR process, I renovated these. I got these buildings, and I found out that I was better at renovating them and acquiring them than I was at managing them, and was in a pickle with managing these properties. In addition, I bought an Airbnb, right? And this is Colorado. And by the way, that's me on the bottom left-hand corner. I'm a sucker for a good margarita. Who likes a good margarita, man? I mean, come on. I love a good margarita. That's me on the bottom left-hand corner. That's me in Colorado and with a little margarita. We bought this Airbnb. So we had all these rental properties. We bought this Airbnb, and we realized, guys, we were not cash flowing. The Bigger Pockets promise was not the promise that I realized. And managing real estate actually kind of sucks, right? So to make matters worse, my wife got a call before Thanksgiving over 3 years ago from her boss, and she lost her job. She was financially helping us to live. She had a W-2, and I was out there buying Airbnbs, buying rental properties. And we realized pretty soon, man, we were not in a good spot, right? We needed to figure out, how do we make money? And so that's how I found land investing. And so I didn't come to this business, guys, with, I have all this money. I wasn't given a silver spoon. I was given in a time period where it was the most competitive land market ever. So I had to literally build this business when my family, we were going down, guys. There was not a joke, right? I had a big post that went viral that we were in a really bad position. And so I had to literally operationalize this quickly. I didn't have the luxury of a W-2. So I had to make money. So fortunately, in that first year, we made over $650,000. I was able to pay for my wedding, which there's my incredible life. You could tell I married outside of my league. Thank you very much. And we had our beautiful honeymoon in Mercia. So that first year we were able to do it. Now, of course, I can't just sit here and say it was all skill. There was, of course, luck involved. But if you increase your surface area of luck by working really hard, you put yourself in a position to succeed, right? So this has worked, right? This has worked for me, but it hasn't just worked for me. In the deal engine, guys, right? Over the last 2 to 3 weeks, these are all stories from the deal engine. So this is not only just me, but this is actually operating. So Sarah joined the deal engine in December. We're not going to talk about the deal engine today, but she did join the deal engine. I just want to show you what's actually working. And she bought a deal for $67K and sold it for nearly $300K. We helped her out with a couple of different things. Incredible. Paul was in a dry spell for about 4 months, guys. And we systematized everything. What I'm going to talk about today is the same stuff that we did with him. And he got 5 deals in 30 days. Levi and Francis, 22 years old. 22 years old. 22 years old. And they locked up $90K within 2 weeks in the deal engine. And Garrett had $150,000 a month in December, right? We're not going to talk about the deal engine today or at any point during this call, but I just want to let you know that in our community, people are really crushing it, right? Why? Because they knew what to focus on. So I just showed you why 2026 is the best window in 5 years. Not only because of the headwinds that are or the tailwinds that are in this business right now, but because of what we have done. We know what works in this year. And it's not just me, it's other people that are literally replicating this process. So what is this special sauce that you guys are going to learn about today? It's called the land ladder, right? So every stage of a business, of a land business, has a sequence of things that you must do. We have built a proprietary operating system of how do you scale this business, everything that you need to do, and the one single constraint that prevents you from scaling the business at every level. Instead of saying just work more, just do more volume, just send more marketing. Those are helpful, but they're not comprehensive. They don't actually tell you what you need to focus on. Imagine I said you want to, get a stronger chest. Just put 315 pounds on a bar and bench it. You'd be like, well, dude, I've never bench press. Like, I don't even know the form, right? Good luck, right? So people want to pretend like they're an architect. They want to hire all these people when they don't have the fundamentals down. And so we've operationalized this entire business from beginner, hustler, operator, architect to developer at every level. And we're going to talk about some of that today. So where are you in the land ladder? So I want to see people type in the chat here. Are you 1? Are you a 2? Are you at between 100 to 400, 500 to 1.5, 3? We got some 1s. We got some 1s. All right, 2s. I see a 2. What up, James? I love that. Architect is a 4. We got some Carlos, Chuck. We got some 2s, 1s. Love it, guys. 1s and 2s. Look, that's one forever, right? Beginner's mind. Beginner's mind. I love there's a Clay in here. Gosh, that's such a great name. Oh my gosh, Clay. What a great name. So we see we got a lot of beginners here. The 2s are like the 2 and like. I like that. Future 4, dude. Future 5s. Everyone here is 5s, baby. Let's go. 5s. We all want to be 5s. So this is there's a systematic process, right? So wherever you are, the next 10 minutes, whether you're a 1, you're a 2, we're going to show you what you need to do to move up based on what is working in the land market, right? Because a lot of times we find, hey, we're just chasing revenue and gross profit, but we don't know where we are on a journey. We aren't using the street signs or the lights. We're just like, hey, I'm just going to move forward. I'm just going to like learn this business and move forward. It's like, that's not helpful, man. Right? So we talked about the scaling roadmap. We have a proprietary system. So it's coming from, I've done this before. I've helped other people do it. And we have a literal system that helps you do this. So what's working in land right now, right? What is actually working in this business, right? We know it's the best opportunity vehicle compared to house wholesaling, compared to wholesaling land. And so what's working? Number 1, double closing. Double closing is what's working. For those of you that are 1 and 2 people, most operators, most courses, most people have not operationalized this. For those of you that are in the house business, who's from the house wholesaling business? Guys, in the land space, people have not caught on to this. It's incredible. So we got some people, house, David, we got a house guy. I love that, man. I love that you're a house guy, right? That's freaking awesome. Multifamily real estate. Okay, multifamily. She's above us. She's above us. She's multifamily, right? We're just doing land deals, right? Land. All right, Matt, I see you, Matt. What up, buddy? Section 8. Okay, I feel bad for I don't actually feel like I'm good. Section 8. All right, Mark. What's up, Mark? Good to see you, man. So you talk to a seller. You can't get them to your flip number. You'll walk away. This is going to happen. If you're in this business, if you're learning this business, people will teach you a way of operating. Okay. And they will teach you, hey, just learn how to flip. And that's not the right tool belt of what's working today. So I'm going to show you how adding this to your business can add $653,000 to your bottom line next year if you get really good at this. I'm not joking, right? No extra marketing set. So we're going to do 2 scenarios. So say you learn, you're a beginner here, you learn how to flip land. You're like, I'm going to learn this business. I see the opportunity. This is amazing. Or I'm just starting out and I just can't get enough traction. It's probably because you don't have enough exit strategies. So we got 2 scenarios, guys. We got the scenario on the left-hand side, which is flips only. You get 1,300 leads this year. Of those, 650 are qualified. Of those, you make offers on 75%. Right? Oh, we got a mobile home park. All right, that guy's another level. You close 8%, which is still good. You close 39 deals in a year. Your average profit per deal is $25,000. Anyone here would say, dude, $975,000. I'm feeling good, man. I deserve a vacation. I'm doing $975,000, baby, or whatever. Scenario number 2 is flips and double closes. Guys, these are the inches that make the miles. This is a gift that I'm going to give you. This actually works. You get the same amount of leads. You get the same amount of qualified leads, but you offer on more people. You get a higher close rate because you can offer a different type of offer. Pretty significant, right? You close 74 deals. So you change your business, guys. This little nuance. $653,000. One little conversation, which I'm going to talk to you about today. $653,000. Now, if anyone wants to pass on this opportunity, feel free to write me a check for $650,000. I will absolutely take that check any day of the week. I will help you. I will send my wiring information. You can wire it to me. But that's the opportunity that most people, most courses, most investors, most people that talk about this business are leaving on the table. And it's about professionalizing it, guys. It's not about just, hey, just throw out double closes. So how do you do it? It's 5 steps. Number 1, when you have a conversation with a seller, you offer the cash price, right? Then you say, hey, it looks like I should be able to get you to that price. They say, I can't do, you're offering $55,000. And they say, well, I can't do $55,000, right? Or I can't do whatever you end up offering, right? You go to them and you say, look, I get it. I understand. I could probably get to your price at $65,000. The terms are just going to look a little different. Do you want to hear more about that? And they'll say, yeah, I would like to hear more about that, right? And so you get the deal on a contract. I'm going to tell you how to go through the talk track here in 1 second. You get it under contract. You find your end buyer, right? We work with brokers. We have an amazing school group of those that are invested, right? Or in the school group. You can post, hey, I need a broker in this specific area. And we'll jump in and help you guys out if you're a part of the school group. Then you close the deal and you secure transactional funding to pay for the deal. And that's how you add $650,000. Easy. Simple, not easy. Simple, not easy, right? So how do you actually do this, right? I like to use an analogy. Here's the analogy. This is the 301. When you are in a situation with a seller and they give you resistance, which they naturally will. Oh, you need to ask for a certain period of time. We're going to ask for, instead of 30 days to close, we're going to ask for 120 days. What you say is the following. I need 120 days, right? And the reason why is because we work with local people, an end buyer, to be able to diversify our risk, to spread out our risk, whatever you want to say, right? To spread out our risk, to ensure that we can get this property under contract and close it at a higher number. We just need a little bit more time, right? And they're going to say, well, you have another buyer, or are you selling this thing to another person? And analogies bridge gaps in every sales situation. And what you say is this. Have you ever hired a general contractor? And they'll be like, well, yeah, maybe, maybe not. Well, do you know what a general contractor does? They serve as the project manager on a project. They know the electrician, the roofer, the guy that does the drywall, the guy that does the plumbing, the laborer that does the windows. They know all those people. Now, would it be cheaper for you to go out and find the electrician, the plumber? Yeah, of course it would be. But in this case, I'm the general contractor. I have the relationships with the people in the area. And what we need to do in order to find the right person, the best electrician for you, the best plumber for you, is we need to list this thing on the market and we'll find that person. It doesn't change what you're going to get at the end of the day. And we're the one who's taking the risk to do this, not you. We are the one who is putting their earnest money down, and we are spending all of our time, energy, and effort. There's an opportunity cost to that. And we're going to go to bat on your behalf in order to make sure that you get the number that you're looking for. And that's how you do it. You list it. If there's high interest, you should close it within 180 days, but there's high interest. You can always close it. If you're not, you walk away, you lose the earnest money. The double close works or doesn't based on one variable, though. This is the thing that most people won't tell you. It's the broker. So you have one broker. This is a really complicated, incredibly complicated slide. You can take a screenshot of this, but you find a really good broker. You're in very good shape. Very good shape, right? So how do you find a broker? CQT. Check qualified tour. You call them, you look up on land.com, you look up on Zillow, you say, hey, is this person sold similar types of properties in my area? Does it look like the property that they listed is a property that an investor would list? Qualify. Get on the phone with them, guys. Don't be afraid. Get on the phone with them, right? Tour their network. Have them tour the parcel for you to give you your feedback. We have a broker list in our deal engine, but again, I'm not going to talk about the deal engine today, but we have a broker list in there or in general. And these are brokers that have worked with investors as well, but you have them go out to the property and tour it, right? And that's it. CQT. The best thing, guys, look, if you're in our school group, post in the school group. If you're in Facebook groups, post in Facebook groups. The best person to find a broker is with other investors who've used brokers. So post in Facebook groups. Yep, you need attorneys and facts for these contracts. Absolutely, you need attorneys and facts. So that's number one, what's working. Double close. Guys, please. Figure out how to get good at a double close. Please, for the sake of your families, figure out how to hit a double close. It is an incredible. We made a good amount of money last year. Double closing. We probably made $200K double closing last year. Just double closing, right? And that's on our primary market. We do subdivides and stuff like that. What's working? Number two, precision marketing. Here's what most people do. They try direct mail for 1 month. They try texting for 1 month. They try cold calling for 1 month. They try a new channel every other month. And they get results that are not good. And it's so interesting that in marketing or business, the same principles happen and or work in marketing and business than in life, guys. Imagine you change your diet every month and you're trying to lose weight. Imagine you change your workout every month and you're trying to get better. Imagine you change your partner every month and you're trying to get a long-term partner, right? Anything, right? It doesn't work. So what actually works is going deep. So you can think of anything as a 6-month commitment. If you're going to do any marketing channel, please do it for 6 months. And I'm just talking about this because I see so many people mess this up. If you're starting in this business, please do this. It will change your business. It will help you out significantly. It will impact you significantly. So month number 1 to 3, you'll learn about a higher cost per lead. You'll look like every other person. Month number 4 to 6, you're starting to get a feel for this. 7 to 12, your cost per lead should drop significantly. You get better at doing what you are doing. You know the counties, you know the sellers. Your competitors will quit because most people quit. The one guarantee you have in life is that other people will give up. That's a guarantee. And if you just don't give up, you're good. So master one channel. That's another thing. Please master one channel. Please, guys. Please. So texting at scale is great. Cold calling at scale is great. Direct mail at scale is great. Anything at scale is good. Dedicating yourself to anything at scale. Make sure that you are compliant. Anything you do is compliant. I don't do RVMs. People do RVMs. A lot of people do RVMs. I don't recommend RVMs. But we see most operators are in our community doing 2 to 3 deals at least a month at 15 to 25K gross profit, which is freaking amazing, right? But what you want to do eventually, as you scale up the land ladder, which we talked about earlier, outbound, inbound, free, right? And you stack them all, right? We're starting to get free deals. We're starting to get other inbound deals, and you can get there, right? So How do you actually do this with texting? I'm just going to give you an example of texting, but this would work for literally anything else. Anything else it would work with, right? So you pull 500 to 1,000 records of county, you skip trace, you target specific property types, not just everything, right? Specific property types could be purchase price, it could be other characteristics. Then you send out text, mail, whatever a day. You need volume to find motivated sellers. If you do direct mail, look, I'm going to be honest with you. Do not send out less than 5,000 pieces of mail a month. It's just not worth it. You're not going to get enough data. I don't care what other gurus say. I don't care. It's not going to work. You will not get enough validation of your marketing. For cold calling, you should have 2 callers if you're doing cold calling, right? You need to have volume to get better, right? Speed to lead. Guys, more than ever, speed to lead matters. For those of you that are wholesalers, you know this. You guys already breathe this. You get this. But fewer than 5 minutes of response time when they come in increases your probability of closing by 400%. 400%. And we've found, this is a little extra nugget, that within 48 hours, if you offer within 48 hours, it went from that initial closing or from the initial intake, right? Qualification call, you increase your probability of closing the person by 50%. 50. I'm just giving out dimes here, guys. I'm just diming you. Yeah. Qualification process, you want to qualify hard. You want to have a good script. You want to track KPIs. Please track KPIs. Cost per lead, cost per deal, ROAS, weekly, speed to lead, very important. Speed to offer, very, very important. That's how you outcompete people. And you want to follow up people. Follow up. We're getting deals from follow up all the time. Systematize the sequence. If you offer on a deal, follow up with them every month. Follow up until they die. What's working? Number 3. This is something that no one else is talking about. Profit engine flows. Okay. What is a profit engine flow? This is actually really new in our business. Very recently we do this. When I see very recently, I'm talking like a month to 2 ago. Much to the chagrin of my team. So every business, right? When I do like personal coaching and I charge $1,500 to $2,500 an hour, right? If I do personal coaching with people, what I end up doing is I end up mapping out your process. I'll map out your process with you because I got to figure out where are the biggest constraints in your business, right? So I'm going to show you how I map it out. I'm literally going to show you an internal thing that we map. But this helps you. I'm going to show you how this saves you $50,000, $100,000 a year if you do this. It's pretty crazy. It also allows you to have your business run without you because people can go back to the whimsical flow, right? So here's, we're going to go through it. You can't delegate what you haven't documented. So you got to delegate your marketing flow. There are 5 flows in your business. Write this down, please, guys. Write this down. Marketing flow. You got an acquisition flow. You got a transactions flow. You got a disposition flow. You sell it. And you got a financial flow. You map those out. You know what those are. Here's what our intake process looks like. So you have someone comes in. We're outbound calling them. If they are interested, we put them in this drip. If they qualify, we put them over here. We hit them with different types of scripts for a development deal or a flip deal. But if you map your flow like this, then you can figure out where am I, coupled with good KPIs, where am I falling short, right? The flow chart is designed to delegate tasks. So you can figure out, okay, every step has an owner. Every step has a service level agreement. What is KPIs? So nothing falls through the cracks. And so you can actually understand it in a transaction coordination flow. This is what it should look like, right? You go to the nines. This is what helps you hire people in days, not months. And for those of you that want to scale this business, the most insidious thing that kills your scaling, your ability to make money, your ability to scale, it comes down to how quickly you can ramp people. If people can't ramp on your team and you're churning people like I did, I'm really good at churning people. At least in my first year, I was really good at it. You can't scale. It's the thing that is the Achilles heel. So if you calculate it $10 an hour, one hire, if you can ramp them in 2 weeks, not 2 months, you save $2,500. If you have 5 hires per year, you save $12,000. But it's not only that, it's the opportunity cost of your time. So if you make $500,000, $1 million a year, it saves you over $100,000 by building these flows out. So we talked about what's working in land right now. Let's talk about what's not working. Number one, direct mail without stacking. So people will just send out, they'll listen to the gurus, they'll just send out mail. I'm going to send out 10,000 mailers. It's going to be okay, right? Which is what a lot of gurus talk about, right? For those of you guys that are new to the land space, don't do it. Stack your filters. You got to have 3+ years. I would recommend 5+ years. Even if you're low on cash, I'd recommend 10+ years. Why? Because the person's owned it longer, it's higher motivation. 55+ demographics for direct mail. We do not direct mail people under 55. Why? How many of you that are millennials have ever picked up a piece of mail? I don't do it. I don't even know what mail is. Paper, I'm like allergic to it. I have an allergic reaction to paper. I like text and call, right? Exactly. Never. But it's 50. My dad, who's like 76, whatever, the dude he like reads his mail. He's sitting there like going through his mail. Like our demographic is these people that are how do you pull 55+? We'll talk about that, Brian, at the end. I will tell you that at the end, buddy. But you can do that for calling. You can do that for texting. This is a cheat code. No one talks about it. Out of county, out of state. Obviously, someone that doesn't live next to the parcel is going to have a higher probability of selling the property, right? Of course, right? You stack the filters. You reduce your cost per lead. You win. That's it. So you mail, instead of 10,000 random people, you mail 2,000 targeted owners. You make more money, right? What's not working into weak sales skills? You can have the best leads in your county. If you can't convert, it means nothing. Not following up, you're screwed. You quoting price before you control the conversation, you're screwed. You have weak closing ability, you will not win. If we go back, I'm going all the way back. This is pretty ambitious here. I'm going to go all the way back to here. If you had a 4% close rate, which would be really low, which is 50% lower, you would make half this. And so your profits increase as your close rate increases. So if you want to be someone that really crushes it, you get good at sales. You get very good at sales. And it solves all problems. Why? Because you can do more double closes. You can do better, more complex deals. You can offer creative financing. It is an absolute cheat code. And so if you're not good at sales, if you're not working on your sales ability, it cripples you. Look at this. 6% close rate, 39. 10%, 65. That's a $650,000 gap at $25,000 per deal. Number 3, quitting channels too early. We talked about this earlier, guys, but I'm just going to say it again because I see everyone does it. Everyone freaking does it. I know it because I have the deal engine community. I know it because I talk to people all the time. I know it because I have 700 people in my community. People direct message me and I direct message them back. They just freaking quit. Don't quit channels. Give it 6 months. If you're getting in this business, you need 6 months of dedicated cash that you can put into any channel. Anyone that tells you differently, I don't believe them. 6 months. Here's a wide card prediction. Here's an extra prediction for you. The future of this business is local. Now, people in the deal engine are getting to know this. I'm talking about it more and more. We're building a curriculum out about it. How do you actually go local? How do you go deeper? But the phase of your business in the future, I'm going to future pace you, is you outbound everywhere. You outwork everyone. You test market. You find your what works, and then you go deep. You own the market. You build a relationship with the brokers. You go deep. And then you layer on the free lead flow. You got local wholesalers, attorney refer you deals. You become the hub. All right. So I covered 5 things. Is it actually more competitive? Is 2026, why 26 is the best window in 5 years? Scaling roadmap for land ladder. What's working in land right now? What isn't working in land? Remember our deal. Agenda 1, I delivered the agenda 1. Type yes in the chat if it was delivered. Was it delivered? We got 1 yes. We got 2 yes. Yes. We got 3. We got 4. We got 5. Let's go. Okay. So I'm gonna hold you to my promise. If you're starting this business, guys, right? A wrong strategy will cost you $20,000 to $50,000 a month. I guarantee it. You're gonna miss deals. You're not gonna close the deals that you said you thought you would close. The wrong systems cost you $30,000 a month. Bad hires, bad processes, it compounds. And we all know this, guys. We all know this. I talk to my wife about this all the time. She gets sick of me talking about it. But AI is moving insanely fast. It is moving insanely fast. And the window to build a resilient, human-led land business or business in general is open, but it's going to close. It is going to close. That's the reality. And you need to make a decision. Is today the right time to do this? Is tomorrow? Is the next month? Or am I going to do this for my family? Am I going to build this thing out? Right? You have 2 choices. Number 1, you go at it alone. You go do this. You learn all this stuff. You said, hey, guys, I learned this from Clay tonight. It was great. It was helpful. I'm going to test strategies, but it could backfire. I'm going to do this. It's February. We're almost at the end of Q1. I'm going to scramble in Q2, and that means 2026, I'm going to have the same thing that everyone hit me in the chat earlier today that they said they had a 2, they had a 3, they had a 4 in their income last year. You're going to wonder why your channels aren't working. Or I'm in your corner. Every system from a $200K a month operation, stage-specific guidance, access what actually is working today. If you miss Q2, you throw out your 2026 goals. That's a period exclamation mark. So here's how I can help. LandMan Full Week Challenge. For those of you who have done the LandMan Challenge, it is the most action-packed, strategy-packed challenge. We go through every single stage in marketing systems, acquisitions, underwriting, CRM systems, and team, transactions, dispo, capital. I know some of you have actually been through the LandMan Challenge in the past, and we got one person that's said it's good, that we are revamping the entire thing before this next iteration. The entire thing. It changed my business. March 9th to March 30th. Step 2 is LandMan Fast Track. It's direct access to me, 4 live coaching calls, underwriting, private cohort, additional coaching. Guys, this is already working. What we're talking about is literally already working. Sarah, Paul, Levi, Francis, Garrett. Sarah and Garrett, they've all been through the LandMan Challenge. They've all been through the challenge. But we're doing a limited time deal. I'm feeling lucky. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling like generous. And so we are doing what is called the March Deal Accelerator. We're going to get you guys set up for the rest of the year in a way that we've never done ever. And the reality is, guys, I actually don't make any money on this. I don't make any money on the LandMan Accelerator. I don't make any money on the Fast Track. Why? I only when you join the deal engine. So I have an evil plan. I reinvest 25% of all of our top line profits back into the deal engine, right? This is the ultimate community. New research, new tools, new initiatives. So it gets better every single month. My goal, my evil goal, because I literally do not make money on this, is I want this to be so good for you guys that you join the deal engine. And you join the deal engine in April. But I know first, I'm not going to sell you into the deal engine. I want to earn your trust. I want to give you an offer that is absolutely ridiculous. We have received a 90% testimonial rate from our community, from our main community. This is unheard of, right? In 1 month, at the end of March, starting in 2 weeks, you're going to have clarity on the one thing that's holding your business back, a clear path to doubling your business. Even if you've been in the LandMan Challenge in the past, even if you've done the Fast Track in the past, we've completely revamped it. It's 8 live sessions with me doing over $200K a month. If you're starting out, if you're already operating, we'll walk you through our entire system. You'll get a full tune-up on your current system. You'll get exact deal reviews of what it's costing you. You'll understand you can collapse months of trial and error into 4 weeks. On average, I charge $1,500 per hour for consulting. Most courses cost between $5,000 to $10,000, $7,500 to $15,000. Most courses do, right? So if we do 4 hours per week of my time, that's $6,000 per week, $24,000. If we added $250,000 of your income this year from this, it'd be a 10x return. So I should charge $24,000 for this, honestly. And my team is literally telling me, Clay, you got to charge more money for this, dude. But that goes against my evil plan. My evil plan is I want you to have so much value that you end up joining the deal engine. But I want to earn your trust first. And so for March, the deal accelerator, it's only $997. You get 4 weeks of fast track. You get 4 weeks of curriculum. You literally get 2 calls per week. You get live deal underwriting, and we only have 50 people. We're capping it at 50 people for March. And you get lifetime recordings. This is limited time. I'm not going to do this again. I'm not going to offer the March deal accelerator like this, but I want everyone to crush their Q2 so that at the end of 2026, you guys look at me and you say, I attended the webinar with Clay on the 26th of February, and it was the single greatest decision that I've ever made in my business. That's how I define success. I don't make any money on this, guys. I literally do not make money on this. I only make money if I deliver extra value for you. We are in the same boat. We are in the same boat here. And if you don't like it, I'm going to refund the money back. I'm going to literally refund it to you. At the end of the time, if you invest the $997 tonight and you get a single deal, that's a 25x return on your money. And if you think it sucks, in 30 days, you go through every call. I'm not going to ask any questions. I'll refund the money back to you. I will not ask any questions. So you're going to get a 5x better return on your money than any marketing spend, right? Instead of a 3 to 5x typical marketing ROI with texting or cold calling, $1,000 tonight is a 25x return if you get an extra deal. If you're already in the business, guys, you spend $997, you learn the business, you get an extra deal, you literally make you spend $1,000. It's crazy. So 50 land operators is only available tonight, $997 tonight. Challenge, fast track. We're both together, 50 people, 30-day refund, no questions asked. I'm going to open up for Q&A at the end. You can ask me anything. You can come off mute. You can just raise your hand. I don't even know how you raise your hand on this, but you can come off mute, or you put a message in the chat, and then I can take you off mute if you guys have any questions about this. But if you've ever worked with me in the past, if you've ever done this, this is completely revamped. And I want everyone to win here. I want everyone to win. I want everyone to build a 6-figure land business this next year. And I know for a fact that this thing will literally change the trajectory of your land business if you've been in it. And it'll give you the foundation. And if you're not ready right now, if you're like, hey, man, I don't really have the money to really scale this business right now, but I want to have this opportunity to jump in to learn directly from Clay. And I'll have access to these recordings. So in a couple of months, I know I have this huge check coming, this bonus, whatever. You guys can jump in then. But you can build the foundation. Do you have testimonials? Can't unmute because my kids are running around. LOL. But do you have testimonials? Yes, we do have insane. Okay, let's go, James. I hyper focus on absentee owners. We have an insane amount of testimonials. We have a 90% testimonial rate in our deal engine. We just got a guy, serious. Y'all, it adds crazy value. I'm not even paying this guy for this. You should get an affiliate. Jay should get an affiliate on this. My list locked in. What's up, James? I'm pumped, bro. We'll see you there. Recommended marketing budget to start. Well, dude, it depends. If you're going to do it yourself for something like this, It depends on, like, if you want to M Pro phone, if you want to ask that question, recommended marketing budget to start. It really depends on how much money you want to make, but you can cold call, man. You can literally cold call people. But like, if you want to make 6 figures, 3,000 to 5,000 a month, 2 to 5, something like that, right? If you want to make 6 figures, you can do it with that for sure. My lists tend to be smaller with the filters. Are you hyper focused on absentee owners? How much do you deviate for iPhone? Deal Engine is no, man. This is not Deal Engine. This is completely separate from the Deal Engine. I want you to get so much value from this that eventually you join the Deal Engine, but there's not going to be like a crazy upsell. I'm offering this opportunity that is now for the next cohort, and that's that. It does not include the Deal Engine, but it's 8 calls in March. You're going to get sick of me at that point. You're going to be like, dude, I don't even want to hear this guy talking anymore. I mean, come on. For the iPhone, you said you cap at 50. Yes, it's going to be literally 50 people. That's it. We're shutting it down after 50. We think we'll probably get 50. Link is above. Yep. Link is right there. Yep. You can check it all out there. The testimonials are on there, by the way, guys. You can see testimonials. There's like 6 to 8 videos. And it's all on there, of people that have worked with me and said, dude, this has literally changed my business. So guys, I can tell you one thing, like, this opportunity, this is the first time we've ever offered it. And frankly, we're probably not going to be able to offer it anymore because the Deal Engine is going to be full at that point, and we might be able to do a challenge every month, but we're not going to offer it at this rate. It is revamped, dude. We revamped it over the last week. Sam, you were in the challenge. If you want to, dude, you should join this next cohort because we're redoing literally every slide. Now the core tenets are there, but we're redoing every slide. We're redoing the transaction, the disposition section. It's going to be freaking epic. We got some other people. Any other questions here, guys? Do you have an average return on investment for your cohort numbers? Yeah. So let's go, Fink. All right, bro. We'll see you in there, baby. Let's go. I think we've already got some good people going on. Average return on investment. I would say for us, in general, the way that we do the business, we usually double most other people's return on investments. So whatever they're doing, like in terms of other gurus, we just have a better way of operating. And so usually we're at, like for texting, texting's usually 5x. If you're doing texting, a lot of people are usually 3 to 4, 3 to 5. Usually we're at like 7 to 9, right? In that general range. Cold calling, it's usually 3 to 5. We're usually between 6 to 9, 6 to 8. Same thing with direct mail, right? We just know how to do this better. We just know how to build this, a business better. We built the only proprietary scaling roadmap, right? In space, there's nothing else. It's just usually just courses, right? And so, yeah. So if you guys, I can quickly drop this here. So I will. We got some other questions. Ask you someone who really needs their education dollar to actually make a difference. Yeah, that makes sense, Christine. Yeah, it's an investment, right? Like all this stuff is an investment, and you want to make sure that it's the right fit for you. I completely understand that. So yeah, we'll just talk about it. If you want me to just quickly go over this, guys. So this is just for tonight, like 24 hours. So you'll get 2 calls per week. It's all about my land ladder. It's the fast track training. We'll go through all the marketing system that's working today. So Seth, we've never offered this. This is literally going to be, so for this month, March to the end of March, This is going to be a you're gonna have access to these recordings forever. We've never offered this. Usually it's over $1,500 just for the recordings and stuff like that. But this is going to be like we're doing this. This is basically a prep for Q2, right? Yeah, they don't expire. Yep, you'll have those. Yep, exactly. Okay, and this is it, guys. Any other questions here, guys? On the special bundle, the challenge for March. Cool. So I think that the question that remains for everyone, guys, is like, look, it's if I can get a 25x return on my money, is it worth it? And that's the question, right? That you just need to answer for yourself. Or if you're starting, hey, can I, do I want to pay $5,000, $10,000 for a course, or would I rather just learn how to do this with one-on-one help? We're on a call. I'm on a call with you one-on-one for 6 weeks. I mean, there's going to be more than people, but asking general questions. So yeah. All right, guys. So we will. I'm in. Let's go. So, guys, what we'll do here. It's been really great to have everyone on here. I hope this was valuable to everyone, seeing what's working in the business and really how to take your business to the next level. So this will be available for the next hour, 2 hours, and potentially tomorrow. You can message me on Instagram on school if you have any questions about this. Make sure it's the right decision for you right now. But yeah, we'll talk to you guys later, and have a great rest of your evenings. Thanks, y'all. Bye.